Okay, 3, 2, 1, and sync. Okay, here, let me turn up the mic volume just a little bit. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully it's loud enough. Okay, starting in quarantine without an end in sight. What is the script? Wow. Starting in quarantine without an end in sight, we are bringing to you good conversation from one teenager to you. This is Sonika. I am the host of Armbridgepodcast, and today we are doing a solo episode. Ooh. Last week we had our 10th episode special, where we talked about our favorite songs and the meanings behind them, and we just hopefully introduced y'all to some new artists. And yeah, this week, today is July 11th, and I think we're just gonna chill. Honestly, I have no clue what we're talking about. I'm also trying to host this podcast solo this week because we were supposed to have a guest, and then we lost all the footage, and I was like, oh, okay. So today will probably be short, it'll probably be sweet, it'll be chill. We'll see where this conversation takes us. I'm also folding our clothes at the same time, so we're just chilling. Maybe get your homework, get some chores. Maybe you can listen to this while like sweeping the floor, doing your laundry. I don't know. But that's the deal. Let's see. In terms of topics, so me and the guest I was supposed to have for this week's episode is my god, talking to a camera by myself is the strangest thing ever. Usually when I'm talking with others it's like 2 people, but right now I'm talking to myself and it's weird, so bear with me. We're trying new things today. Let's see. Last week I was supposed to talk about college with my guest. It was also just a chill episode. I think with everything going on, while it is really nice that we're taking change into our hands and taking action and bringing awareness to a lot of topics, it's nice to have a little bit of a break sometimes, and so I thought for the podcast we'd do something relaxing, kind of chill. So we were just talking about what we were like interested in, what we were excited about for college, and it was a chill episode. So I'll probably roll with that and just ramble. But yeah. All right. So first matter of business, dorms. I'm really excited about that because I was saying to my guest when we recorded it, I used to play like a ton of games back in the day with like those interior designing things where they give you like this money and then you can like buy beds and wallpapers and all that stuff, or even like the free ones where it's just like go ham, do whatever with this room. I used to play so many of those interior design games, and the occasion has finally come that I get to put all of that practice to use. So like my 8-year-old self is like in the corner of my brain, she's like, hello, I'm here to assist. So it's been a fun time. Also, I like vastly underestimated just how much stuff there is to get. Oh my god. I remember I was like, okay, so we're gonna get this throw pillow and this bed sheet, and it's gonna be this theme, and I'm gonna have this thing and this decor. And then I was like, oh my god, I need trash cans, I need a like toothbrush holder, I need cleaning supplies, I need a first aid kit, I need and the more I talked, the longer and longer the list got, and I just but it should be a fun time. With coronavirus, I'm a little bit nervous though, understandably, because there are germs everywhere. So I hope I don't come across as like a jerk roommate, but I'm going to be very, very firm on what I believe must be done to keep the dorm clean. Hopefully my roommates are on the same page, but I think they will be. They seem like nice people. Speaking of which, I got my roommate assignments. Yay! Yeah, I don't have much to say. And one of them, we both requested each other and we got each other, which is great. The other girl, she's from out of state. She's really, really, really nice. And so I think it'll be a fun time. And if not, then we've got some cool stories for the future. But yeah. What else? Let's see. Oh, for my dorm theme. Okay, so I was saying this to our guest as well. Let's call her Sally. I was telling Sally last week that when we were like deciding like the room decor and like the theme and stuff, obviously I wanted a difference than like what I have right now because mine's pretty like minimal. There's not a whole lot going on. And it's not much of a theme either. It's just like all my furniture is monochrome, the walls almost the same color, and then I just have like posters and sticky notes and like quotes put everywhere. So I kind of wanted something to be more coherent. I was like, we are gonna make this a rooms to go magazine, and it's been fun because I've had like 5 different themes in my head, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna have this green brown like neutral earthy palette, and it's gonna be super pretty, and every time we walk in my room it's gonna be like a forest, and I'm gonna be like, yes, I'm gonna sit down here and relax and everything's calm and it looks like I'm a forest fairy and this is my little like woodland corner. It was gonna be so pretty. And then on the opposite end I had like this other color palette that was like kind of peachy cream, and then I had like the red orange accents and you know like pottery and stuff like that, and I just could not find any furniture pertinent to that. But then on IKEA I found this one like model room, and it was like this yellow black gray type thing, and I was like, that's really cute. And Amazon had like a ton of stuff on that theme, so I kind of just went with like what was in stock. It was funny. I had like 5 different theme ideas. I was like, there's no way we can make all of this work at the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I didn't, because obviously I had to go with what we had. So that was there. Let's see. I don't know, it's been chill. Like every time I talk to friends over FaceTime nowadays, it's like, so what's been up? And it's like, I've been reliving the same day since March. So there's literally nothing to discuss, and the more time I spend alone, the further I go in my head, and it's just like, that's a corner of my brain I haven't discovered. Let's unpack this. I need social contact, holy cow. And because of that, I FaceTimed a friend yesterday, and it was the best feeling because I haven't done that in so long. So it was lovely. We just, it was also a fun interaction because both of us have been completely like deprived of social contact for the past, wow, it's been 5 months. 5 months. And so we spoke to each other, and literally everything was funny. Oh my god, like we would say the randomest stuff. Like I can't remember any specific topic or like conversation off the top of my head, but we could say anything, and then we just like burst out laughing for 10 minutes. So that's where our sense of humor went over this lovely holiday. It's not a holiday, it's just like stay home situation. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably have a better view of what's going on, but I got this planner from Amazon the other day because it was like, it was having some like lightning deal sale, and so it was like $30 cheaper than it usually is. And I had a gift card because God knows I can't spend that much on a planner with my own money. But it's so good. Like if you can afford this, I would 100% suggest it. I just realized I'm editing right now, and this totally sounds like a sponsorship, but I promise it's not. Like we are way too early in our podcast career to get sponsored. I just really, really like this planner. So no, I'm not getting paid to say this. It's just like, it's just a good planner. Like take my word for it. It's called Smart Planner. Yeah, well, it's called the Smart Planner Pro. And basically the format is such that they have like 13 pages over here for like a monthly calendar type thing. For like a monthly calendar type thing. Here we go. And you can kind of put in the month. There's a little section over here for like 4 goals you want to achieve, and then obviously like the calendar grid. And then you can put like notes and like brainstorms and stuff like that, just like a brain dump. So that's nice. Then the weekly planner feature, I love this so much. Oh my god. Yeah, I could show this. Okay, so over here you have like a section for the date, and it's completely blank, so you're not like obligated to follow it date by date. Like if I go a week and I'm like, oops, I forgot, I could just pick up on a blank page and number it however I want, which is great. But they have the little dates here. They have a gratitude section, so you have to write like one thing you're grateful for every day. And then this is really cool. So they have like a section, and it's numbered like 1 through 3, and it says priorities. So you have to like prioritize the stuff day by day. It's all of the really like generic self-help stuff, but it's like you don't have to do it yourself. The planner formats it for you. So you're just kind of like filling in the blanks. And then they have like time slots over here, and you can kind of like plan your day by the hour. And again, like a little notes section. And over here there's more notes / like a to-do thing. I like to use this to kind of like, you know how they have like the monthly goals in this section? This is more like weekly goals. So like if I have a monthly goal of, I don't know, say like learning this program, like getting ahead in my classes and learning, so it's like said programming language, then each week I could be like, okay, I want to finish like 5 lessons of this course that I'm using, or like whatever, right? And then break it down by day, obviously. So I use this as more of like a weekly objectives thing. It's really nice. It's super organized. Oh, and one more thing, there's a little habit tracker, so you could put like 4 habits you want to focus on in a week. I kind of do this more of like a monthly thing as well, where it's like so I'll have like the same 4 habits across the month, and then I won't change it until the next month because I think it's a little more consistent. But nevertheless, they have a little section over here where you can like cross out whether you did that habit or not. Obviously, I'm not doing super well in that department, but it's okay. There's room for improvement always. So that's a planner I've been using. I hope it comes in handy in college because it would like costed a lot of money. But it's really nice so far. I love the way it's organized. I love the way it's all there for you and you just kind of have to fill it in. It's great. So also I drew a little flower. Look, it's so cute on the cover. Ta-da. I need water. This is a lot more fun with like friends and when it's multiple people because it's like a conversation. Right now I'm talking to a camera, or no, I'm talking to like my reflection. It's so weird. And I have like a mic down here and I'm like folding my clothes and then there's like the camera over here and it's strange. I'm talking to myself. I don't like it. But I wanted to try it at least because I know a lot of like people do solo podcasts. Obviously YouTubers do like, they have their channel and it's like just them. So I wanted to give it a shot just for the experience, but I think I'm liking the group setting a little bit more. Let's see. Ooh, one thing I'm really happy about is my schedule. I know freshmen in college tend to get like screwed over for their schedules and it's like super packed and not very fun to look at, but I was so picky when I was deciding my schedule for this first semester. I got the like needed credit hours in, but so God bless Twitter and Reddit. If you are in high school and you are going to, or if you're like a senior this year and you're gonna like down the line make a college schedule and like you have the ability to choose your classes, choose your professors, and like, you know, arrange all that yourself, do not take 8 a.m. classes is what I've heard from like literally everyone in existence, and I agree with that because why would you do that to yourself if you have a choice? But yeah, I didn't think about a lot of these things, and I just found threads on like Twitter and Reddit, and they were so helpful in helping me make my schedule. So like if that's a thing you plan to do in the future down the line, social media is super helpful in like giving you tips on how to not make yourself miserable. There's a specific thread I found on Instagram that I really liked, and I kind of used that one. But to kind of condense it, I guess it's like 8 a.m. classes, even though you woke up at like 7:30 or whatever, even though your classes started at 7:30 or somewhere around that time in high school, you're not gonna want to bring that on yourself voluntarily in college. So if you have a choice, like, don't do it, is what I heard, and that's exactly what I did. I think my earliest class is 9 a.m. simply because I didn't have a choice for that one, but everything else starts at like 11 a.m. or later. Another thing, don't take too many classes in one day, and that's also understandable because, I don't know, personally, I wouldn't want to be in like a lecture hall for like 8 hours a day. It's just, that doesn't, and that was my biggest complaint about high school. Like, I was in the same building for 8 hours a day. I was just walking and getting up and going to the next place. I didn't get to go outside. I didn't get to breathe. I didn't get to, like, sit down and enjoy my lunch. So I made it such that I had, like, at most 3 classes per day. And then there's, like, one day where there's just one class. So I'm, like, literally chilling. And even that one's, like, not the hardest one on my list. So, be picky about your schedule. I don't know the consequences of this yet, but I'm pretty sure future me is going to be very thankful I didn't put myself in misery. So, just some things to consider. I really need water. Wow. Addie, can you give me water, please? 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 Okay, be right back. Okay, I got myself some water. This is such a like bootleg setup. It's so funny. I have like this tripod thing that like grips onto any it's like a weird like noodle thing that your phone can sit on or like get latched onto, and then you can attach it to any surface and just kind of like bend it into place so that it's like focusing on what you want. It's so funny. It's an interesting device. Then I have my laptop, my microphone down here, and then a basket of clothes. And I'm on the floor. The lighting is not the best it could be, but that's fine. It'd be like that sometimes. Going back to the dorm thing, I'm so grateful for my school's freshman dorms because we get our own bedrooms. It's amazing. Like, the freshman dorms are high quality. Like, you walk in, there's a living area. It's literally like a small apartment. You walk in, there's a living room. You walk down the corridor, and each of us gets our own individual bedroom, and it locks. Dude, oh my god. I'm a very nice and welcoming person until it comes to my stuff. Like, I'm the kind of person who really likes to stay in their area, and it's like, this is my stuff, this is where I stay, and if you enter my territory, I'm gonna fight you. Because, I don't know, it's just the way I am. I like my privacy, I like my things, I like to set boundaries, you know? And so I know a lot of, oh, hello? Okay. And I know a lot of dorms are kind of just like that one room situation, and there's like 2 beds and everything is just like split half and half, but like nothing's really stopping the other person from coming into your side. And I've heard so many stories of like people being like, oh yeah, my roommate used to like constantly steal my things or like constantly borrow my stuff, and I'd just be like, on God, if my roommate does that, I'm complaining. Like, I'm filing, Karen, I want to talk to your manager. So I was kind of nervous about that, but then like we took the campus tour and I saw the dorms and I was like, dude, this is ideal. This is ideal. So I'm super happy to have my privacy protected, and I'm glad that my stuff is my stuff and my territory is my territory. So it's good. I don't need to set boundaries. They are set for me. Also, it's nice because like decorating doesn't become an issue. I feel like, I don't know, I wouldn't know, but I feel like it might be an issue if you and your roommate have different visions for like how you want to decorate the living space, right? But it's funny because like me and my roommates, we've been discussing the things, I'm so descriptive, I know. We've been discussing like dorm shopping and like supplies and stuff, and none of us really have the intention to decorate like the living room lounge area because I don't think any of us are gonna be like, we're all pretty to ourselves from what I'm picking up through messaging, but none of us really seem to have the intent to like decorate the living space, which is lovely because we could just do whatever in our own rooms. And then we'll walk out and it's like completely unfurnished except for what's absolutely necessary. Sounds great. I can't wait. Also, I don't know how much we're going to be using that living room area. Like, again, I love my room, and even in my own house, I'm pretty much, like, holed up in here most of the day. And I'll exit just to show my face, be like, hey, I'm alive. And then I come back. But, I don't know. We'll see. It should be a fun time. I'm not going to overthink it. I don't want to go in with, like, too many expectations or, like, too much set in stone. And then have everything be completely different, and I'll just be like, why? So I'm just gonna go and see what happens, and then I will hopefully maybe have some interesting stories for y'all down the line, you know? So that's that. Oh, I've noticed in, like, the solo stuff that I do, like, even the podcast is one thing, and then I record some other, like, solo stuff from time to time. My voice is, like, deeper. Like, when I'm talking with friends, I kind of have, like, a softer voice, and then I kind of place it differently, so it's like this, right? It's, like, cuter. It's more I don't know. I make it more of, like, I'm presenting to others, you know, like this. Versus when I'm talking about, like, to myself, to my own reflection, it's like, hey, sup. It's like the bruh versus hi girls. I'm a bruh girl when I'm talking to myself, and then I'm a hi girl when it's a group setting. Interesting observation. Okay, I think everyone and their mom has spoken about Corona already, but I'm gonna do that anyways, because that's literally all that's going on. We are in the middle of a pandemic. This is interesting. Like, and how that ties to college. It's scary because, like, our university kind of gave us the choice on, like, whether we want to move on to campus or take online classes. And I was like, I'm going in person because as cautious as I am and as much as I don't want to get the virus, these are my grades. And, like, basically, I don't know. We had the online situation for senior year in high school. And it was only for 9 weeks, yet it was like I could not bring myself to care. And I know that even if it's like college and the environment's changed and it's like I'm not a senior anymore or whatever, I'm still not gonna care. Like, if I don't physically see the test paper, it's basically not in my mind. Like, my mind just does not register it as something that matters and something that is important. So, I chose to do in person because, excuse me, I don't plan on not caring about my academics, so yeah. But that being said, I don't know, like, we're definitely, it's gonna be different, because I think the main thing a lot of us are worried about is the socialization aspect. Like, I want to socialize, but I physically cannot. Like, I know I'm leaving my dorm for the most minimal things possible. Like, I'm gonna go get my food. If I have to attend a lecture, I'll go. I'll come back to my dorm, hole myself up in my room, and eat and study and do whatever, and then sleep. And that's it. So, I'm not gonna be talking to a lot of people. And freshman year is kind of meant for talking to a lot of people and kind of figuring out who you want to keep around and who you want to weed out. But right now I'm in a group chat for, like, girls in my major, because, like, girls in STEM, woo. I'm also talking to, like, a couple of people. Like, there's this one international student I'm talking to, and he's, like, the nicest person ever. Oh my god. But yeah, then there's another girl who's in, like, a completely different major than me, and we're getting along nicely when we reply to each other's Instagram stories on occasion. So that's, like, I feel like that's going to be the extent of me socializing in my freshman year, because I'm not going to see anyone. I'm not going to do anything that, like, warrants seeing people. Even clubs and organizations, I know they say they're going to find, like, a way to do, like, online activities, but considering that the majority of the organizations I want to join are going to be, like, musical, I have no clue how we're going to pull that off. So, we're just gonna roll with things. Hopefully things turn out all right. It'll be an experience. You know what? Like, if anything, I can look at this 50 years down the line and be like, listen up, grandnieces and grandnephews. If y'all think your life is unfair I'm literally, like, we're all gonna be like, back in my day, we survived a whole pandemic. And our kids are gonna be like, okay, we get it. Can you be quiet now? And we'll be like, no, stop being entitled. So at least we can flex on the future generations. It's cool. It's fine. It'll be an experience. Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite shirt. It's really simple. There's no reason for it to be my favorite. It just fits really nicely, and I look cute with it on. Ta-da. I think I've worn it for like half the podcast episodes. Okay, I don't need to fold that one. Or that one. Okay. What time are we at? We're at 28 minutes. Oh wow. Okay. Let's see. It's really hot where I live right now, like really, really hot, like in the hundreds, and I need to go outside and get sun, and I acknowledge that, but like it's so debilitatingly hot, and even at like 8 a.m. it's still 80 degrees, and it's just not a fun time, but it's really pretty. Like my room is south facing, right? Yes, okay. My room is south facing, but like it gets sun pretty much at all times of the day. Like for me, my room is bright until like 8:30, 8:45, and so it's lovely. Like my lighting is never a problem in here. It's never dark. I remember vividly, like when I was in like 4th grade or something. Nowadays, I kind of keep the blinds closed because school has conditioned me to like fear the sunlight. But back in like 4th grade and stuff, I remember I would have like the blinds like all the way open, so there was just like yellow, bright, beaming sunlight streaming in my room like 24/7, and it was nice. It was lovely. Oh, that makes me feel really nostalgic. I remember, like, in 4th grade, I would open the blinds, and obviously I had, like, no responsibilities or, like, commitments or anything like that, and so it would just be, like, me, the sun, I'd have, like, speakers down over here, and then I'd just, like, scrapbook for literal hours on end, and it was so fun. I'd just glue stuff, and then, like, cut apart our family photos for, like, collages, and then make my parents mad, because those are valuable photos that can't be replaced. Oops. But it was really nice. I would just chill, and then I would sing, and then that was really nice. I missed that. I suppose this is like that too, like with quarantine and stuff, and like this summer, there's nothing really going on, so I'm just folding clothes and recording a podcast. But now I have like a bunch of self-imposed tasks and like actual goals and direction, somewhat of a direction in life. So it's a little different, but we chillin'. Okay, I think the clothes basket's done. Yay, after this one we're good. Let's see. Oh, that's another thing. Me and my guest, Sally, from last week, we were discussing this kind of, right? Like our majors and what we want to do in life and stuff. And it's funny because with my major, like, I acknowledge it. That's what I applied for, and it's like I got it. But somewhere in my mind, it just doesn't register right. Like, I cannot attach myself to it. When I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a so-and-so major, and people are like, oh, okay. There's something in the back of my brain. It's like, you, that, what? And it's not like a bad thing. It's just, what is going on? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's interesting, because for like 16 years of your life, you're like conditioned to be like, it's okay, things will fall in place, follow your dreams. And then you hit 17, it's like, so what's that dream exactly? And then you have to apply to college, and it's like, you know what, let's just go with something that I think will work. And we're just like winging it. Oh my god, they're like, oh, you're this major, so you're like into this, and I'm like, I guess. But I don't know, it's not like, yes, this is who I am. So that'll hopefully fall in place eventually. But it's just interesting. It's funny. Yeah, we're at 30 minutes. Why don't I just go into like the deep question? Ooh, yikes. Why don't I just go into the deep questions with friends segment right now? allocation. I'm also really tired today. I don't know what's the deal with it, but it's probably the summer heat situation again. I'm just super drowsy, and it's like 100 degrees, and it's all coming through my window, and I'd love to sleep. We've done quite a few at the beginning. It's interesting. I've pretty much seen all of these. Let's see. Oh, okay. Is there an absolute way to attain a happy state of mind? No, I don't think so. Because happiness, it's like subjective, right? And I don't think there's like one clear path to happiness. It's just like, it's just an emotion. Like every other emotion, like, I don't know. Let's say anger or like sadness. There's not one way to become sad. Like, I can become sad because I have a pet that died. I can become sad because I didn't meet a goal of mine. I can become sad because, I don't know, like, it's raining outside. There's a million ways to get sad. So I think the same way there's like a million ways to get happy. And so, it's just it's English. It's just an emotion, and like other emotions, there's a bajillion ways to get there. Oh, this one's interesting. I've seen this a couple of times, like during episodes, but I never got around to asking it. I'll probably ask someone else that question like later. Oh my god, my response was literally like a minute. Yeah, this is just gonna be a really short episode, so be it. This was an interesting question I saw for like a couple episodes, but just never got around to. It says, are there limitations to free speech? And I think yes, because you can't just say everything or like anything to anyone. Like, yes, you can, but like within your moral boundaries, I don't think that would be the wisest thing to do. So I think the limitations are like moral in nature. Like I don't know, sometimes I'd see someone and I'd like really want to just like curse them out because like, oh, they're so annoying. But I wouldn't, because like that's against my moral boundaries. So, are there limitations? Yes, but I think they're self-imposed and they kind of have to do with morality. Yeah. There's like a mirror here, and there's a camera here, and I can see myself in my laptop's reflection. There's just too much of my face going on. It's strange. Ooh, okay. Will a world without reliance on modern technology make any progress? I think yes, absolutely. Why not? Like, progress is one of the things, it's just so subjective. Like, progress in what? We could progress in like campfire buildings and become the most expert campfire creators ever without modern technology. Like, progress is so subjective. We could progress in non-technology related things. Like, technology assists us in progressing in other aspects, and we're also progressing in terms of technology itself. But like, even without it, there's just so much to progress in. Like, why wouldn't we? I don't think there's any place it would stop necessarily or stagnate. So yeah. Let's see. If aliens attack, what would we do? That's interesting. I don't mean to be pessimistic, but we're very like violence inclined creatures. I feel like if aliens were to attack, our first instinct would be to like fight them. Not even like attack. Okay, if aliens attacked, obviously we'd like fight back. But if aliens were to make contact with us humans, we're very like we're very intelligent creatures, but we're still extremely primitive. Like, when we see something we don't recognize, our immediate instinct is either to attack it or like try and take over it, just as a collective. So I feel like one of those two things would definitely go down. But that being said, considering the fact that aliens can make it here in the first place, they're probably way smarter than us, and we wouldn't stand a chance against them, but we could try, I guess. Oh, this is interesting. These are kind of techy. Like, we go from philosophical and then they become more like technology oriented. But this one says, what's more important, doing the right thing or doing... Oh no, this is not the one. Oh god, I'm not wearing my glasses either. Where'd it go? Should full access to the internet be a fundamental right? Yes, absolutely. Because, like, it's knowledge, it's education, right? And we consider education to be, like, a right. Like, people have the right to learn, people have the right to know more. And the internet is kind of an extension of that. So if y'all believe that everyone should be educated, then yeah, absolutely. They should be able to have internet access as, like, a right and not a privilege. But unfortunately, the world isn't that simple. There's plenty of things that should be rights and people don't have. So unfortunate. Be grateful. If y'all are listening to this podcast, you're, like, in the top 10% pretty much. So don't take what you have for granted. Be grateful. We're lucky people. Will the world come to an end by human hands? Of course, I have to hit y'all with the mortality question at least once per episode. Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't think the world will come to an end necessarily. Our world, as we know it, definitely. Yeah, for sure. But, like, Earth is a rock. I don't think us as humans could destroy an entire rock or, like, fling it out of orbit or something. But I think we could definitely end our own civilization. Like, we're well on our way to doing that already. So it's just a matter of time. Like, with climate change and stuff. Like, that's not ending the world necessarily. That's making it harder for humans and other animals to survive. So do I think we have the potential to end life? Yeah. Do we have a likelihood to end our own civilization? Yeah, probably. But, like, the world itself, no. So, you know what? I think that's all I have. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. It was a little weird. It was a little different. But it was an interesting experience for me. And I think I'm going to stick to having guests over. Because talking to a camera is strange. And if you do that for a job, like, I respect you. Holy cow. Yeah. I guess, okay, outro. What started in quarantine has now come to a non-temporary end. Thank you again for watching. Be sure watching or listening wherever you are. Be sure to follow us on our social media, on Instagram only so far, at armbridgepodcast. We also have, like, a bunch of other platforms. So if you're watching on YouTube, check out our audio podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, watch us on YouTube to see our pretty faces. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please, like, subscribe, leave good reviews, and the whole deal. And have a lovely week, you guys. Goodbye.